Hi, I'm Nathan Gardon, and today we're going to be painting the psyche of Hamlet. Now, first, let's start off by showing off our colors. First, we have depressing black, full red, and then using different combinations of depressing black and white, we're going to be making indecisive silver and numbing gray. Then using a mixture of pure pumpkin orange and grief blue with a little bit of white, we're going to be making mortal peach for the skin color of Hamlet. Then madness red, and then stressed white with another grieving blue. Alright, first, when we start with our little painting of Hamlet, let's start with the background. The entire theme of the play starts with sort of grieving and loss. Right after the late Hamlet, king of Denmark, died, we're just gonna put this entire thing in grieving blue.
So here we are with depressing blue. I'm gonna add it into the top and get lighter as we go down. Now we're gonna add black as we do Hamlet's body, or his clothing, because for the rest of the play, Hamlet has been grieving for his father. And even at the beginning of the play, he's been wearing black. Now we start going with the shading of the eyes, the ears, the nose, and the mouth. The nose represents how he can sniff out all of the lies and deceit in Denmark, and then his ears, he can hear what's going on. He knows what's happening inside of Denmark, but still has nothing to do with it. He doesn't do anything about what's going on in Denmark. And his eyes, right now, at the beginning of the play, his father just died and his mother just remarried, so he'll be a little bit depressed. He's not really thinking about much other than how sad everything is. Then his hair is the color yellow in order to represent his natural born royalty into the family. And now we're going to start painting his arm, which is going to represent his intent to kill, or specifically his hand. His hand will make many poses during this painting. Now the hands going above Hamlet's hands, it's his late father, King of Denmark, King Hamlet. Those are his hands. He's the one who put the intent to kill inside of the hands of Hamlet. And now we are starting to paint Claudius. Claudius is a deceitful character in the play of Hamlet, but he is also kind of wise, so we give him a white beard, but also closed off in his speaking, so the beard sort of encapsulates that. Right now he does not know about Hamlet's plan to kill him, so he's just dozing off, staring into nothingness. And then the yellow crown also represents royalty, but not royalty he was born with, royalty that he has taken. And we're gonna give him a little bit of a smile because he loves Gertrude, and he's really happy with his coronation as king. Now, Hamlet doesn't exactly know for sure if Claudius killed his father, and his intent to kill isn't very strong. But after meeting some of the entertainers, he becomes very sarcastic and outspoken, so we're gonna open his mouth a bit. So we add a little touch to his eyes as he seems happy, but in reality he feels burdened with the task of killing Claudius. We added a little bit of white to his hair to encapsulate the stress and craziness that he's been going through for this part of the play. Now, the looseness of Hamlet's intent to kill has now been tightened as he finds out that Claudius actually planned to kill his father. And now we're going to paint a little bit of surprise in Hamlet's face, because first, obviously, he's surprised that his uncle would kill his father. But then it turns into anger. Not only for Claudius for having killed his father, but also for Claudius remarrying his mother, not long after his own father's death. And in a fit of anger as he was with his mother, he actually planned to kill Claudius, but instead killed Polonius, which leads him to his inevitable tragedy. And Claudius notices Hamlet's murder of Polonius and understands that the intent to kill was for him. Revealed that Claudius would kill King Hamlet again if he had the chance, and he really didn't want the throne, but instead Gertrude, his wife. Although he does confess his sins, which is why we now close his eyes. Now Hamlet's grip on his intent to kill has loosened again as we repaint his fingers. Because he doesn't just want to kill Claudius, he wants him to be damned. Now since Claudius is confessing his sins, Hamlet refuses to kill him. And as time goes on, Hamlet continuously delays his revenge. And in the background now we're going to be painting Fortinbras's army in the distance. And Hamlet actually takes note of that and talks to the actual army. So now we repaint his eyes in order to look at Fortinbras. And now in the bottom left corner we're going to paint Laertes, which is a new character that has just entered, but he was related to Polonius. And he's actually looking for revenge for his father Polonius. Now this is where the foreshadowing comes in. He's actually going to be the one that kills Hamlet. All because of Hamlet's stupid mistake. We've painted Laertes' clothing in red because then his entire motives for the rest of the play is just for revenge, getting his revenge for his father. Now we're going to start painting Laertes' hair, which is long and messy. Long because he's youthful, and messy because just like Hamlet, when he talks to other characters, it seems like he's mad. And this makes sense because he wants revenge. First, he sets his sights on Claudius for his revenge, since Claudius didn't tell him about his father's murder while he was out. Claudius sees this opportunity in Laertes and convinces him that he did not kill Polonius, which he didn't, but then also manipulates him into killing Hamlet. Because of Fortinbras's army, Hamlet actually regains his intent to kill and remembers that he has to take revenge for his father. So we're gonna tighten up his hand right over here. Then we're repainting Hamlet's eyes as he notices Laertes' thirst for revenge and tries to stop him. So we're gonna repaint his hand so he moves and tries to hold him back. Tries to manipulate Laertes into thinking that he didn't really kill Polonius. That was a crazy version of Hamlet. But Laertes isn't appeased with Hamlet's excuses. So now we paint the tombstone of Ophelia, which really grinds Laertes' gears. And this leads him to the duel that eventually kills off Hamlet, as his weapon is branded with Claudius's poison. And now Laertes is fully manipulated by Claudius. And now Hamlet is pissed off at Laertes, but Laertes is satisfied with his revenge with Hamlet. But as it turns out, Hamlet doesn't just take the hit, he also attacks Laertes with the same poison that was used to seal his fate. Now we paint Laertes with a surprised face, because he's obviously surprised at this point that Hamlet had the capability to kill him. And he reveals Claudius's plan to murder Hamlet. Now with Hamlet pissed off even more than before, he gets his intent to kill and actually takes action for the first time in the entire play against Claudius. So now we repaint the arm as Hamlet takes his action against Claudius by stabbing him in the neck, not only with his intent to kill, but also with the same poison that Claudius wanted to use to kill him. We paint over the deceased's eyes as a sign of death. And although Hamlet gets his revenge, because of his indecisiveness and stupid decisions, he dies as well. Although he doesn't seem too sad about it, as now he doesn't have to hold the burden of revenge that his father gave him. So we move his mouth into a neutral sort of pose. Just like any sort of tragedy, all of these characters have died, and just for some added insurance, Fortinbras comes in and makes sure that there aren't any survivors. And that is the finished piece of the Psyche of Hamlet. You can really see the death and despair in this one, can't you? Well, see you next time.